already. Alright. Came into the room like, this isn't my music. Hey, what's up? What's up? Be there soon. Be there soon. Da-da-da.
Where's my mouse? It's gone. What it do? I play Helldivers? 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 Not yet. When it comes to Xbox, I will. What? Listen. They would be fine with me. I'm nice. I would prove to them that I'm nice. Helldivers would be fine. I made you read. What up? What up? What up? What? It must have been you, Grandpoggers. It must have been. You're right. It was you. I should have known from the very beginning. Infamous mouse eater. Great Grandpoggers. Welcome, Fishy Fuss. Welcome in. What's up, everybody? Hold on. Hold on. Genuinely thought I was gonna sneeze. That happens. You ever get that? Right? Where you have to sneeze or cough, but you don't fucking know which one. Like, you have no clue what's about to come out of your body. You just know that something is. So you're like waiting, just left like you know, waiting for whatever's gonna happen to about to happen. And then those are the worst ones if they like just disappear, if they up and fucking go somewhere. What's good? What's good? How you doing? How you hanging?
I got my whole ass out in
21 months, bruh. 21 months, that's crazy. Fennec, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Thank you for the 21. That's absolutely crazy. Oh, it makes me feel nice that you people like to come and chill in my cave. It makes me feel very nice. I'm bad with words. I can't express how much I appreciate, how much I enjoy coming and spending time in the cave with you all. It's been a grip, man. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a ride. It's been a whole ride. Oh. My throat's also a little fucked up because I got some goodies before early in the day, and I hit those goodies for stream, and now it hit pretty hard, and my throat is suffering for it now. Yeah, it is nice and dank in the cave. It is nice and dank in the cave. That's for real. That's for real. Shut the fuck up. You knew he was entertaining. That's why you stream. And you knew no few of us have been here for ages. Oh my god. Shut up. Listen, I guessed that I was entertaining, alright? I guessed. Up till now, I've only been entertaining if I had a script in front of me. So, you know, I had to make sure it was actually a real thing. 2 Skyrim games because I made a huge financial mistake. And I want to mod them, but a lot of my friends kept saying, don't use this launch this way. Use this mod site. It's overwhelming. Yo, I feel it. I feel it. There are lots of different ways to go about it. Honestly, just choose one. I don't know about the best one, but if you aren't like used to modding in general, it's your first time, just use one. Hamburger, you got one? Huh? you got one? Cause I wouldn't mind a hamburger. Let me be for real though. I have like a nice little like a broccoli cheddar bake or something in a bowl. It came in one of those boxes, you know. Hopefully somebody Somebody will get this. I'm gonna pull a picture up. Ooh, I hit my mic, maybe. Oh, I'm gonna pull a picture up. You know those, okay, they're frozen meals. But the boxes that they come in, right, for the packaging, they look like, how do I explain it? They look like they still exist in the, like, 1990s. Or maybe even a little older, because I remember seeing them as a kid even and being like, these look old as fuck. It's just the packaging. Also, welcome in, CM. I don't remember if I said welcome in, but welcome in. Imagine if I just said I am Todd Howard and it will just work. Yeah, no, exactly. You are Todd Howard. It will just work. Because you have the special touch of Todd Howard. Without a doubt. It just works, you know? I've watched a few really cool lore videos. I watch a lot of lore videos on Fallout. Especially when I'm at work, I put on like 4 or 5 hour videos for all that. And it's been pretty cool. For instance, you know how there's the train in, I believe it's 3, right? 3, where you can ride the train, and it's a very nice little animation of you going and riding the metro or whatever. Well, did you know that if you pull that out of the files and see how it works, it's actually just a train model put onto your head, like your character's head. It's basically like used as a hat. And then your character just runs really quickly to simulate it. It's so fucking stupid. I love that. If it works, it works. If it gets the desired effect, what's the problem? Right? Like, if it gets the desired effect, there should be no issue. Howdy do. Howdy do. I've been good. Woo. Woo. I've been, yo, the other day I was at work, right? I work overnights at a hotel, and I had as a person who works overnight, I have tasks that I do. Okay? Sometimes those tasks involve me going away from the desk or the cameras. Okay? The desk or the cameras remain not looked at for a small amount of time, but for those times I have a phone next to me so that if anybody needs my attention, I can put up a little sign that says here, call this number, and then the outside doors, they get locked every night. Have a sign literally bolted to the wall that does not come down that says that the doors lock at 11, here's how to contact the front desk if you get stuck. Right? I had this couple. From my perspective, what I saw was them coming into the building. They got into the building using a form of key, and then they went to our snack shop. So I went out and I was like, okay, I'm here. When you're done snacking, when you're done perusing, blah, 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 blah. Except when I went out there, the husband turned to me and fucking called me an asshole and basically was like, we were stuck outside for so long and this is a ridiculous, oh my goodness, in the years that I've been coming here, I've never had this happen, and I can't even believe this. And I was like, I didn't see you. And when I just finished my task back there that I was doing, I didn't see you even then on my cameras, so I'm very sorry. They were like, yeah, you were real far away from the desk, weren't you? And they were trying to be all meh, and I was like, I'm very sorry. I do have stuff I have to do. Like, I do have stuff. Just because it's the overnight doesn't mean that I just sit here. Like, I do have stuff. And he was like berating me with cuss words and shit and all of that, and I was like, what is happening right now, my man? And then he took stuff from our marketplace. He like just stole it. He just basically, as he was finishing yelling and then starting to be like, I don't want to hear it, and stuff like that, he grabbed the stuff from the marketplace and freaking just took it with him and went down the hall. as if I wouldn't notice that he just like grabbed stuff from our shop after all of that, and after he came in freaking being awful. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, you obviously didn't call me because the phone's been working to, like, it works. Every other person who's ever had to use it tonight has been able to get it just fine. They've been able to use it just fine. So I obviously, you didn't call me. They were saying that they banged on the door, but because I was further back in the office and I had a video playing, I probably didn't hear them, because banging on the door, what is that actually really gonna do to you? It was wild. It was wild. And then, so his wife stayed behind, right? His wife stayed behind after that whole thing happened and was very apologetic and all of that. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm very sorry. I'm, you know, like I said, I have other tasks that I have to do. Just so y'all know, there is the phone out there so you can pick it up and call me anytime if that happens. Like, very sorry that happened, right? But I also mentioned, because he came in being an asshole, I was like, I know that he took stuff from the shop though, so I am gonna need to charge you for that. And she was just like, oh yeah, no, I get it, that's fine, that's cool, and gave me like her room number and the name and all of that, so everything that I needed. And then I charged when I saw he grabbed to the room. And then not freaking 5 minutes after, the wife went back to the room, right? And this is why, like, however nice the wife was to me after, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. Because not even 5 minutes after, I get a call from her husband with him basically threatening me and being like, if you charge these things to my room, like, I'm gonna take this to here, and I'm gonna do this, and I don't remember the exact words that he said, but he basically got out the phone and was like, yeah, freaking charge me for the things that I took and see what happens. That's basically what he was saying. And so I was like, all right. Then he tried to kind of imply that I just left them out there, but when I said, like, sir, I did not just purposefully leave you out at the door, he was like, I didn't say that. And I was like, but you're sitting here being like, you were not in the bathroom. I'm sorry. And honestly, I didn't know when they came in. They were acting like they were out there for like freaking 45 minutes or an hour. They never said the actual time or how long they were out there. I really think, because my task took me like 20 minutes, right? I think that they came in once I was like halfway done with the task. Because the thing is also, I checked the cameras about halfway through me being done with the task. And there was nobody there. So either they came at the very beginning of that, or they came just after I did that check and were in there for like less than half an hour. Or less than 10 seconds. Freaking wild. It was crazy. Feel sorry for the wife, man. How much does she deal with at home? Yo, listen, that's why I was like, I don't know how much I fuck with her, because in the background of him calling me and saying these things, you could hear her being like, yeah, yeah, that's right. I was like, oh god. Oh god. Did you go back to the room and just like bitch about the fact that, because you stayed here is the thing, right? You stayed here and let me get this info. I told you that I had to charge these things because I saw him take them. So what just happened here? Crazy. You know, customer service is kind of wild. Also, welcome in, Dapslap. Ooh, wah. Okay, hold on. So today we're playing more Skyrim. Oh, my nose is a little stuffy too, so I'm very sorry if it sounds like my nose is stuffy, because it is. It really is. So just like, you know, be aware. I might sound silly, and that's okay. We can sound silly here. We are playing more Skyrim today, and we're gonna be able to get a lot more quests and stuff I do not remember ending here. This is my home. Where are my pets? Is this not my home? This is not my home. This looks a little like my home. This is the companion. Okay. We're good. We got it. We got it. They might all be awful, but also what if she has to agree with him to avoid him blowing up? Very fair. I had that thought too. Overall, just happy I'm not in customer service, for real. For real. Oh my goodness. I had all these thoughts. I was like, damn. I don't even want to know. I think what made it even worse, right, was they were both drunk. So he not only did all that, but he came in fucking aggravated and drunk. And so I also had to sit there and be like, okay, you've been drinking. I don't know if this is just what you're like while you're drunk, but I don't know, you know, like, I now have to be more nice to you because you're drunk. And I'll get in trouble. In the morning, my coworker was like, yeah, you're much nicer than I would have been. She was like, I probably wouldn't have given him shit, because my job's very much like, oh, make sure the customer is happy. At least get them to the point where they won't complain, you know? Yeah, overnight shifts. I mean, that's half my job. Is just dealing with the drunk people that come up and need snackies at night. That's usually but a good chunk of my job. It's not generally, you know, so bad. I do have some pretty great stories. I do have some pretty great stories of like me having to help people to their rooms and them thinking, okay, all right, I do have this one story. Oh my god, this guy was so hilarious. This is not at the same place that I work now. This was a previous location that I worked at, but it was the same job. So I was sitting there overnight, and there was this guy who I had to let into the building. I, you know, verified that he stayed, and I verified everything. I let him into the building, and then he came up to the front desk, and he was obviously hammered. And he asked me, have you seen my wife and child? And I was like, what? No, I just got here, like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago at this point. No, I haven't seen anybody else come in or out besides you, my man. He was just like, oh, okay, I was working, and I need to find my wife and child. They're probably in the room, so I'll go up to the room. And then he goes up to the room, but as he's on his way to the room, he goes down basically every single hallway. Like, he doesn't know where his room is. And so eventually I see him actually stop at a door and struggle with the door, and he can't get it open. So after a few minutes of me just trying to see if he can figure it out, I was like, okay, let me go up and see what's going on. He had started wandering again at this point, so I met him on a different floor. And then I was like, okay, I met him in the hall. I go, hey sir, hi, do you need help? Finding your room? And he was like, no, yeah, I could use some help. And I was like, okay, great. So I took him back up to his room. I helped him in. Mind you, I had verified his information when he came to the desk, so I knew this was his room. And I helped him get into the room, all of that. Boom. Thought that was gonna be it. Usually, after helping a drunk guest to their rooms the first time, they do not come out again. Usually. But this time, I ended up getting a freaking, oh my god. I ended up getting a call from the dude. Again, asking like, oh no, might be. At first, the first call was that he needed a pack and play. A pack and play, which pack and play is one of those little beds, you know, a little tuck away, stow away, foldable bed for toddlers and infants and whatever, right? He wanted one of those. So I was like, okay, great. He must have found his wife and child, and they need a pack and play. So I brought the pack and play up, and then I put it next to the door, because when I was up there, I knocked on the door and he just said, yeah, you can leave it. And I was like, okay, sure. So I just left it next to the door. Next thing I know, about 10 minutes go by and he's like walking through the halls again. He ends up coming to the desk again, being like, where's my wife? Where's my wife and child? I don't know where they are. They're not in my room, and I can't find them anywhere. Do you know? And I was just, I don't know, sir. I have no clue. Did you leave them downtown? Like, did you walk here? and leave them downtown. I'm assuming he didn't drive, but good God, I hope that he didn't drive. We were close enough to downtown where he shouldn't have had to, so I hope that he didn't drive. He also had all of his electronics like with him still. So he had like a phone and a laptop and all of that stuff. And this time he left them at the front desk. He left them all at the front desk. And so he walks away again, and he's like on the verge of tears, or at the very least panicking. And I'm sitting there like, wow, oh wow, he's so drunk that he can't find his wife or his child. And he has no idea what's going on. I ended up, right, the last thing that I heard from him, I ended up having to make sure he got his stuff back, and I ended up having to yet again show him where his room was. And the second time that I brought him to his room, he stayed in the room, and I didn't hear much of anything about it again. I did discover the next day, though, that the man's wife was never in the building. She was never supposed to be here. There was no reason. His wife and child were not here. He basically came in for some reason expecting that his wife and child were gonna be at his room, and instead he's here on a business trip. And he discovers that later on, after I guess he had called his wife 15 million times, and she got very upset, probably because they have a new baby. Oh my, it was so crazy. It was such a wild night. It was such a wild night. And then to come in the next day and not only hear that, but also hear that he had physically been picked up by some other people. Like, his wife set up coming to be picked up by other people. I'm pretty sure he didn't even finish his business that he had. It was so crazy. I have never been that drunk before, where I straight up just don't know where I am or what I'm supposed to be doing or what the hell is happening. I have never ever been that drunk before, and I never want to be. Holy shit, he was freaked out. He really was under the impression that his wife and child were supposed to be there and that he lost them. I was getting worried because he was telling me, oh, we might have to call the police. I don't know where my wife and kid are. Oh my god. It was a wild night. I've also seen 2 pantsless people in my lobby, which is kind of crazy. Not something I expected, necessarily. When I first got the job, just seeing 2 pantsless people in my lobby. 2 different occasions. One was a homeless woman, and the other was a guest who managed to lock themselves out of their room with no pants on. And I don't understand why they came out of their room with no pants on in the first place, or why they left their room without a key card if they knew that the person in the room was also asleep. But it was wild. It was wild. Dun, dun, dun. The companions. All right, let's start from Skyrim. Sorry about that. It was me. Damn. Fucking dap. Of course it was. Oh god. What makes people feel so comfortable at hotels to the point where they're coming downstairs with like nothing but their very, very revealing PJs on, or like nothing but their underwear on? Like, I've seen people come down to eat breakfast at my hotel in nothing but their freaking tidy whities, and like on purpose, with full pride, not just because they were coming down out of their room for some stupid reason, like on purpose. And that feels weird. Like, you're at a hotel, right? So why would you do that? There's other people down there. It's never made sense. Make it make sense. You think so? Like, do you think that would genuinely be it? Do you think so? Because that... Maybe a lot of the people that I see do it are in like relationships. Like they're older people who are in relationships who've probably been married for like, I don't know, at least a few years, right? Seasoned couples. Usually that's who I see do it. And usually it's the guy. Generally it's the guy. Sound cut out. All sound? Huh? Is it just the music?
When the Empire surrendered to the Alt-Mary Dominion.
If I shout right now.
Ah, there you are.
Is it because...
I never thought they would actually let me join the companions.
I never
Now
thought.
it's like they're letting anyone in these days.
Who's...
Voice, here.
The voice! Here! Yeah. Hey, what's up? Is it still gone? Here, let me look
You'll
at
do
it.
all right
Let me look at it.
someday. Today you need to keep training, though.
My face is gonna be wonky, okay?
No fighting just yet. Not till Skjor says so. We train now.
Easy for you to say. You get to fight.
But before I fought, I had to train.
One day when you and I are on the circle, we could change how things are run around here.
I don't think that's how the circle works.
They're lording it over us all the time, though.
Young warriors are smart to listen to older ones. They've lived.
You can't even hear, like, people talking in the game? Okay.
So, like, do you think that... Do you think so?
That's super
Because
weird.
that-
That's super weird. I don't even know what would have just happened, quite honestly. Because everything on my end seems like it, and for a second when I was looking at it, because I just went to YouTube on my end and I was looking at it, for a second it did it, but then it like came back immediately. I don't know. That's fucking weird. They've been doing stuff to YouTube, and I don't know what exactly they're trying to do, but it's not necessarily been great. I mean, I know that there's the whole they're trying to get rid of bots on Twitter. Wait, Twitch, Jeebus Christ. Trying to get rid of bots on Twitch, and they're trying to, I guess, mitigate bots as well on YouTube. But there's something else, and I can't remember what it is right now. Had a huge delay. No, you're good, you're good. Yeah, I think YouTube tends to run a little slower than, oh, the sound's been back for a hot minute. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, no, I don't know why YouTube tends to have a little bit more of a delay. It's a little silly. It's just a little silly like that. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm sitting over here being like, oh, what is this that I must do? Do. Let me know if anything else goes wrong. Everything on my end says that it's working. So please do let me know if anything goes wrong. I be worried about it. Do. Okay, cool. Ah-ha-ha. Yo-ho-ho. I think the problem is that there's a massive delay right now. Why, though? Why do? There shouldn't be a massive delay. I'm pretty sure that Okay, I've switched a couple things. Let's see if that works. I don't know why there would be such a massive delay right now. I gotta like get some tech people, some friends who do tech stuff and ask them questions. Cause like, I'm clueless on a lot of it. I can figure some of it out, but even after watching videos on certain things, I'm left being like, wait, what? What? I need to do what? And I need to listen for what?
Relax, new blood.
Yeah, alright. Okay.
Fighting people is different, smarter.
I made sweet rolls the other day from my Skyrim cookbook. I was very, very happy about it. They turned out pretty good. I had to use bread flour instead of all-purpose flour, which is sad. That's just what I had. I had bread flour instead of all-purpose flour, and they still turned out great. The recipe even says to, I keep forgetting this is not my home. The recipe even says to go ahead and experiment with the kind of flour that you use, but it was nice. Like, it tasted like bread. You know what I mean? It had that bready texture. It had that breadiness about it. What's up, Borovar?
Right? Wait.
I wanted it to be more cakey though. Less bread, more cake. So I probably will try all-purpose flour the next time that I get them. I had to watch them rise and stuff for like 30 minutes. I like that. That's probably my favorite part about making bread. Speaking of food, hold on. I'll be right back.
Ah, there you are.
Do. Oh, chicken. Oh. Ma. I should probably eat with them, huh? They are just chilling at the table, eating stuff.
And my brother has his smarts.
I was able to run to the kitchen, grab my food, and come back. That's crazy. Why is it so late? I have it on the latency. I did just switch the bitrate around just to make it so maybe it's just like trying to run too high, it's trying to do too much. Perhaps. But let's be real. I don't know. I just don't know. Sweet rolls were still fantastic though. And the sauce, the extra special sweet sauce that they put on top, oh my god. I did not realize that it was that freaking, it was that easy. It was so easy. It was like 3 ingredients to make this really creamy sauce. I'm calling it sauce, but it's more of frosting. Oh no, did my fucking phone just die? No! I didn't get anything. I didn't get any warning. Now I'm just frozen like this. At least till my phone comes back on. It's immediately been plugged in. I want to put these somewhere. Like, what does this say on the back? Can I have it translated by somebody? I didn't eat.
I gotta eat.